silly to do that. Understand the vision so absolutely so yeah. That's why you don't follow doing things for a long time or since cycle doing it. Regular waste time make. Because he didn't know his break, I think. Running in the fire, he knows or something. And then they don't want to do that and everything was the same as good. Catch him super yet? No. At least I'm not losing that much. It is a new mini though, that's true. You watch Supernatural along with Smallville? No, also where fucking we will start watching that.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. My name is Merchant, and today we're going to be playing a deck I just put together. Trying to make a budget deck for Ikoria. Budget's something that hasn't really been particularly playable in Magic for a while because of War of the Spark and, you know, cards like Narset and cards like Teferi making it very hard. But we're going to try in Ikoria because I think we've actually got some cards added that have really bolstered the idea of an Izzet budget deck. So Izzet's been kind of one of the budget go-tos for a while, ever since Crackling Drake was printed. An uncommon. Obviously an uncommon, this is a really powerful budget card that can win games on its own. But I think that we've got some stuff added that's actually going to help us make the deck a little bit more three-dimensional. So you're not just going to be kind of like clinging on to survive until you can cast a Drake. So there's kind of two win cons that I envisioned when playing this. One of them is Ominous Seas. So generally speaking, Ominous Seas is something that we want to cast very early in the game. You just want to get it out, you know, turn 2, turn 3, but if we do it later on, it can be okay as well. The idea is essentially we cast Ominous Seas, and then throughout the course of the game, we draw a bunch of cards, and eventually it turns into this big 8/8 threat. And the beautiful thing about Ominous Seas is if we draw it earlier on when we're going for our other win condition, which I'll get to in a second, we can really just cycle it. And cycling is kind of funny because you do draw a card, so any Ominous Seas that we have on the board will actually get a foreshadow counter, in addition to us clearing our hand of the one that we don't want, which is very nice. So we have some cards that work really well with that. We have Cathartic Reunion. These also work very well with our other win condition, the Sprite Dragon. So Cathartic Reunion, obviously 3 foreshadow counters onto Ominous Seas. It can help us clear out our hand. It can help us focus in on how we run the game. Fire Prophecy. Again, we can put something from our hand to the bottom of our library, we can draw a card, it's also removal that's going to help us survive against the hordes of mono red right now. So Fire Prophecy all in all is just like a superstar card for the deck. Breaking Claws, again, it's small, which is great, but also more importantly, it is going to be one of the key parts of winning with Sprite Dragon. So Sprite Dragon is an incredible card, really amazing card. Because it has built-in haste. Oh, thank you Wizards for putting built-in haste on this thing. Oh my goodness. So, what we want to do, we want to cast Sprite Dragon, we want to cast non-creature spells up to the point where it's, you know, half of whatever we need for lethal. Then we want to cast Raking Claws on it. Of course, this itself will buff it. It gains double strike, we attack through, we win. That's the plan. Yeah, so those are the two win conditions. Mostly it's going to be Sprite Dragon, but Ominous Seas is an excellent threat. That is also a non-creature spell, so if you do cast it, it does buff Sprite Dragon, so it's not completely dead. I've got one Kasmina in here to try and protect our dragons, in case we do need to wait a turn or something. Also, draws a card, which is very, very relevant, creates a block, very nice. All in all, I haven't played this deck yet, disclaimer, but I'm feeling really good about it. I think Victoria definitely just gave us some amazing stuff for budget. There are no rares in this deck except the rare lands. If you don't have these, you can just remove them entirely, and you can just put in, the equivalent 3 more islands, 3 more mountains, or, just accordingly, you do not need the rare lands to play this deck. So, let's go play it in a standard event, and we'll see how we do. If you enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like, consider subscribing, really does help the channel out. Other than that, Thoros D&D came out a couple days ago, so go check that out. The response so far has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, let's play some standard event. Alright, let's queue up now. I've been trying out a couple of jankier decks, and oh my goodness, there's a lot of mono red around, so mono red is going to be definitely prevalent this video, I can warn you. Although now I've said that, we're going to go up against like 4 Dimir flash plays in a row or something, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, this looks really good, honestly. Nice turn 1 temple. We don't need to block turn 1, obviously. We want to draw once we have Ominous Seas on the board. We even have our 1-off Kasmina, which is kind of cool. I'm just a big Kasmina fan. I don't know why, I just love this Planeswalker. Any excuse to play one of her in a deck and I'll take it. Of course, if you don't want to play Kasmina, I don't know, I'd probably just put in another Flame Sweep, maybe. Yes, please. We don't know what we're against. Oh, we do know what we're against. We're against Garuda. Yeah, Garuda is insanely powerful, by the way. This is going to be a real test for the deck. I'm going to shock in Ominous Seas. I don't want to cycle that. So, the good news against Garuda is we don't really run many creatures. So, there's a good chance it misses against us. However, they probably don't really care because they're running scary enough stuff themselves. But, silver linings and all that. Although I should be perfectly clear, this is a matchup that I don't expect to win. This deck is extraordinarily powerful. There is a chance that we can go off and get, like, I don't know, go off and get Breaking Claws out, maybe beat them to the punch, but that might be quite hard. Wow, especially if they ramp this well. Double growth spiral. Yeesh. I have built a lot of this deck with mono red in mind, like the Fire Prophecies and the Flame Sweeps, so adjust accordingly. Well, that's 6 mana for next turn. Oh boy. We're of course gonna up the counters, by the way, it's not the dollars, it's permanently bounced, so thank you. Okay. So that winged words is actually pretty nice. What's that now?
Might be a bad idea.
The land's a little bit unfortunate. We're up at 5 now though. Do I just try to melt face? I guess I do, right? Like, I am on the shortest clock in the world, so we gotta go fast. But you can see how the damage is ramping up, right? Like, look at this. Like, they're really not far from dead. If one of those shocks had been Raking Claws instead, well, we would have been cast both, but they would have been like 1 HP. Oof. Okay, that does block for them, that's pretty good. Charming Prince, but the good news is, they didn't counter Garuda, we pressured them enough.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Annoyingly, they are blinking Guard Mage, which does gain them a huge amount of life. Alright. Do I Kasmina? We'd lose Flame Sweep, but kinda who cares? Ooh. Alright, well. We're nearly there! It's the squeakiest bum time you've ever seen, but we are nearly... Did they miss? They missed. Oh my god, did they miss? I think they missed. Oh. Ooh, they just completely missed. We've done it. We've done it. We've won. We've done it. We even get the Kraken as well. Oh, we've actually done it. Hey, Kraken, look. Wow, that miss is huge. Oh, that's wild. It doesn't have reach, does it? No, it doesn't. Just thought I'd check. We've actually done it. Oh, that's a huge win. I mean, don't get me wrong, insane that they missed on their Garuda. But like I said earlier, our deck doesn't give them much. They have to hit with Garuda, and they didn't. And we win. That's a huge win. That feels great. Wow, what a first game for the deck. Oh my goodness. I'd said as soon as it was revealed, I said, Ominous Seas, that's going to be a budget deck. And I'm so happy if we finally have a viable budget deck. I'd be so happy. I miss the Dimmers Surveil times. Real veterans of the channel. Remember those. It's a great budget deck. Yeah, it's kind of like a big pile of nothing, but we do have double Opt and a Flame Sweep. Do they have a companion? Oh, they have Lurrus. Flame Sweep might be quite good. Pretty very good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Against the Lurrus, Flame Sweep is really good. And you know, options through Opt are very good. Obviously, we'd love to see Ominous similar. Alright. That's good. Ooh, that's very good. I'm just gonna slam Ominous, I think. Give them time to get a bit more on the board. Yeah, the sprite going up to Raking Claws is so... Well, the fact they put built-in haste on the sprite makes me so happy. Alright. There's Mr. Meow. So I think I just, well, I mean, the problem is that oven, right? So if they bounce it back now, I don't actually do anything because they'll just replay with Lurrus. I need Lurrus to be on the board, really. It's annoying, but I could shock the cat now. Because then they could play Lurrus, recast the cat. Oh no, they can't recast the cat, actually. Oh yeah, so I do it now, right? Nearly misclicked there. Playing too much Valorant, trying to aim too good. So, I presume they're going to third land Lurrus. Oh no, Artisan, okay, that's not what I expected. Yeah, Lurrus is, extremely powerful. If any card from Ikoria gets banned, it will be Lurrus. But obviously it's way too early in the set to like call for bans, so. So the problem here is they can sacrifice to save... Do I just Fire Prophecy here? I guess I do. So I'm probably gonna oven this, which is fine because then they might bounce the cat. I might get a really good Flame Sweep off. We might just have to play into Lurrus, I don't know. I guess I could respond with Fire Prophecy if I can words on the bottom. Which I probably want to do at this point. Oh no, that doesn't result, so I can't draw, sorry. That's fine, we get rid of Fiend Artisan. So, are they going to bounce the cat back? Drake is actually pretty good. Drake is a big threat. And they can deal with it though, because a Priest, they just bounce cat back and activate Priest. It's like a dream scenario of if I Fire Prophecy and then they spend a whole turn going, hey, Lurrus, Priest, and then I can Flame Sweep, but, I don't know, so risky. If they do hit a 5th land and they do that, it would leave them massively open. So I think I might Fire Prophecy Priest now. Because like I say, I just want them to go, Lurrus, land, Priest, yay. That'd be good. Should I keep winged words? I kind of want to draw out. Okay. It's actually pretty good. Could pay for it. Might make them think I've got a counter or something. I did actually, if you don't want to run Casmina or something, I was really considering running Neutralize in here, because it's a cycling counter spell, which is really good. And it is common as well, I think. Meow. Alright. Well. They did what I wanted. So they're gonna Witch's Oven the cat. Well, it doesn't matter, Witch's Oven anything. It's not. It's 4 or greater, right? Yeah. Okay, so nothing matters. Got the cat. Cool. Lose everything else. So, I mean, we kind of got rid of their stuff in a roundabout way. Now we have Drake. Drake's gonna draw us a card. Next turn. I mean, you can do some weird stuff with Ominous Seas. You can go to 9 and pull the tokens off. Or counters, sorry, I always say tokens. Just a bad habit from uni day when we used to use tokens. Yeah, you can pull the counters off at 9 and you actually keep the enchantment. It's not a sacrifice effect. So if you're playing a really drawn out game like this, it can actually be worth going to 9 sometimes. Alright. I don't know if I will here, because the longer we give them the chance we've drawn really strangely, like we haven't hit any sprites, we haven't hit any like cathartics. It could be a very, very strange cycle of events. Right. A bit of an unfortunate land draw there. Does kind of encourage me to pull the Kraken now. Well, the Kraken can just get blocked out by Cat, but we can punish that. Yeah, I'm gonna during that turn. I'll do it at the end of that turn. Wait, it's not sorcery speed, is it? That's not. It's not like that. It has a lot of text though. I wasn't sure.
Every story is an opportunity for new data. Let me
Nice.
aid your research.
Well, I can shock the lures. I don't like it. So remember, everything we cast does make Drake more powerful. It does still go in the graveyard even if it gets ovened, which is good. Also, now taps out of oven. I mean, I could draw like a Raking Claws and do damage. Oh, it doesn't sacrifice no counters on. Of course it doesn't. Sorry, what am I talking about? That Drake is a huge draw, by the way. Drake there could win us the game. Yeah, sorry, I'm just chatting absolute nonsense. Of course it doesn't sacrifice with 0 counters on. There are some that do. That's not one of them. That card, unsurprisingly,
You are setting a
is
bad
not
example.
thing in the eyes. It does not transform into a Kraken. Alright. Drakey boy! So, they're dead through the air right now. By the way, if we beat Garuda, and then... Well, this is mono black, but if we beat Lurus Oven, we have beaten 2 incredibly powerful decks in a row. Of course, we're not out of the woods yet. I should have actually shot in response to that, but I can just sacrifice the Kraken as well.
To the library.
Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. So then they're gonna activate that. They kind of can and can't, but... Oh, okay, they're just gonna oven it, alright. So we lose the Drake. Oh, imagine a Raking Claws off the top. I mean, they do have food to eat, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Of course, we could just pull like a Flame Suit as well on the deck. Oh, Cathartic Reunion, so close. I should have kept that other land in hand, I guess, eh? Do I... Oh, that can buff, so... I'm not like the biggest fan of attacking. I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna keep the Kraken for a blocker in case, you know, I randomly get mega comboed down. We're gonna Cathartic next turn. Bear in mind that draws 3 cards. So Ominous Seas goes to 7. So the next turn, we get a Kraken, which does not sacrifice the enchantment, as we've now learned. Indy boy. So they have 4 mana open. Bear in mind, everything is 3 or less, so they'll probably use it to grab another Lurrus out of their deck once it's untapped. Then they can recast Priest and try to, get some sack rolling. But the reality of the matter is, they can't deal with that Drake. They can sacrifice something, eat 2 food, then they're alive. But if I hit any spell off a Cathartic Reunion, I can cast it and just the buff to the Drake would kill them. So it's looking very, very good for us right now, which is, as they say in the industry, kinda big pog, quite frankly. I love this deck though. This is like the exact kind of budget deck I like playing. It just reminds me of Thing in the Ice, so I'm happy. So I'm a filthy, filthy Gift Storm player in Modern back when I used to play. Alright, well, Winged Words is nearly as good as Cathartic, honestly. Except not quite, but Although actually we could Winged Words first. So actually, yeah, this guarantees the buff, so we just guarantee win like this. So we just discard anything with Cathartic. Wow, look at that.
question this outcome.
It also does give us the Kraken as well, so not that that matters, but this guarantees us lethal. Actually, well, no, they need the mana for eating, so they can't sacrifice the food to return it, right? Bing bang bosh, double Kraken fun times. Wow, so we beat 2 really powerful decks, like Lurrus Sacrifice and Garuda Man. Some pretty crazy matchups for our little silly Izzet deck. But, I'll take it. I'm surprised, I said that, oh, we're gonna play Mono Red, and then we haven't run into it, but I would actually like to get a game against Mono Red, so that we can see how it does. Alrighty, well that is what you refer to colloquially as a metric fuckton of card draw. Probably not exactly what we were expecting. This looks a little better. I'll drop the Yeah, I do like Casmina. Maybe I'll drop the Rake. Yeah, I'll drop the Rake. It does cycle though. I want everything else. I'm probably just gonna end up ditching them to Cathartic anyway, realistically. What do you guys think of the Ikoria board, by the way? I didn't like it at first, but it's kind of grown on me. I say this is gonna be, this is controversial, but kind of reminds me of Hearthstone, eh? I don't know, it looks kind of Hearthstone-y to me. Not in a bad way, by the way. I think Hearthstone's a beautiful looking game, but it does remind me of Hearthstone, if I'm being completely honest. I'm actually gonna keep Cathartic for now. Might regret that if I don't hit a land next turn, but that's basically the motto of my channel. So. Steam Vents. Team of Fun Times. Hey, Magic's easy. Again, I'm just gonna keep the shock open, I think. Hold my cards close to my chest. I would love to, if I could open up with a Casmina, that'd be sick. This feels a little bit, counterspelly. We'll see. Running. Now, if this is something like Team of Phoenix, the effect of Casmina is very good. Resolves feels good. I'd love to find an Ominous Seize. That'd be nice. Shit, what am I dropping here? They're not massing, so but if they're playing Phoenix, I accidentally clicked it. Alright, I accidentally clicked Phoenix. That answers, not Phoenix, Flame Sweep, that answers that conundrum for me. Alright. Reclamation, maybe? Do I just go Crackling? Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Yeah, why not? Only got 1 4. Oh, if that was blue for Ops, that would have been sick. Shock is nice. Alright, I'm kind of nervous about what playing against it. I do love seeing new stuff, though. Who knows, we might get a mono red free video, but like I said, I'd actually like to play against it. We can test ourselves against it. Whoa. Whoa. Phase arms. Dominance assault. Kind of good discard fodder, I guess. Hey, that's what we want. Alright. Don't cycle that. Now, I will say we've got going a little bit slowly. Not a huge fan. We're not really finding Sprite either in the last couple of games. gonna keep my options open for now. Growthy Spirals. There's a card that you've never seen before. I actually really like Growth Spiral. I think it's like a... The thing is, like... Basically, the only problem I really have with blue-green is Nissa. I actually think a lot of the cards they have are really cool. Like, I think Uro's a cool card. I think Growth Spiral's a cool card. I just think Nissa is what kind of sends them into the stratosphere. Well, my turn, I guess. Another Fire Prophecy. So I might Cathartic and ditch both those prophecies, as seemingly our opponent does not play creatures or cards. They play lands, board wipes, and Growth Spirals. I'm sure this is going somewhere scary. But I'm surprised, like, no Macro Sage as a companion or something. Kind of surprising. Although, what do you guys think about the idea of doing a deck video for every companion? I thought that could be kind of fun. Wait, you know that you didn't counter that, right? Did they just... I'm not sure if they meant to do that or not. I think they must have, right? It's kind of hard to click the wrong one. Although I manage frequently, so you know. Hey, Spritey boy. Now, the problem here is going to be I can't get that above Storm's Wrath. Yes, but I'm going to go for it anyway. You know, when you're playing budget, playing against like, hard control is like the hardest thing you can do anyway, so... Alright, well, we're getting them real sweaty anyway, so... We nearly have them dead just with... Oh, well, we do have them dead with shock. I can't count. I thought they were going to be on 3. I forgot about Crackling Drake buffing. So, yeah, we have them dead just to shock, which is pretty significant. Alright. Well, that doesn't do anything. So that was a Scorching Dragonfire. A card that is, if you're very, very new and you don't have, like, commons to spare, which, you know, some people don't, for Fire Prophecy and stuff, that's a very good alternative, because it doesn't exile, so it gives you a slight edge against the sacrifice decks if you get, like, a Cat or Lurrus or something with it. I prefer Fire Prophecy for the card draw, but that's a good alternative. Because, you know, some people are playing day 1 and they don't have commons to spare, so just trying to say, you know, depending on what you have. Well, they can't be playing Absorb, so we'll just try to do it with style and grace, like Biggie would have wanted. Oh, my friend. We'll just get gusted. Hey! We get him. Alright, nice. Wow, we are, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. The deck is turning out to be a little bit of like a toolbox kind of thing. That's Nominous Seize, that's a Cathartic Reunion, Raking Claws to cycle, or more likely discard to Cathartic. I kind of like it. With a Cathartic in hand, I like Double Drake, because we can either discard the second one, or we can load them up with spells with the Cathartic, which is nice. Alright. Playing a wacky dude. Look at this on theme. Well done, Emmanuel Petit. Big fan. Not a big fan of that. But you are playing Rakdos Sacrifice, so another Cathartic. Alright. I appreciate the... No, I just accidentally cycled that. Oh my god, I clicked the wrong side. I just clicked too quickly. Oh my god. Well, we're playing hard mode for the last game. It just came up. I was literally going there and somehow I accidentally clicked the wrong side. But, well, you know, needs must. We'll sort it out. We're going to drop that mountain, by the way. Going to play a little bit dangerously here. We've got to play dangerously to catch back up. Alright, well, there's the mana that we needed. We didn't need another mountain, so... Ow. I got a Warrior Strider in the bin. Labeled Passage. I am going to Fire Prophecy you, because no thanks. Casmina's quite nice. Although I'm actually going to ditch Casmina, so... Alright. We're purely going to try to win through the skies. Oh wow, okay. I'll close out our deck, I guess. We can't actually opt, though, with mountains. We need double red. Or double blue, even, for Drake. I can't believe I accidentally cycled that Ominous Seas. We would have been doing so much better if we had that. Oh well, live and learn. The loading is, don't click too fast, you idiot. Let's go Sprite Dragon. We're gonna main phase opt. Main phase opt. Try to assert our dominance. Yeah, why not? Take that for next turn. So, like, we have to just play like a madman if we want to win, so... We're going hyper-aggressive into these Drakes. Basically all-inning into them, but, you know... Just how you play Magic. So, they have double Fabled Passage down there. They might have been seeing if they could find, like, a Mayhem Devil. Of course, Mayhem Devil, real good. Rankle is going to force us to sacrifice that, unfortunately. But hey, it's not a Drake, so... Man, we would have had that 8-8. Oh, it would have been beautiful. Alright, well, we're not going to be Cathartic Reunion at this point. Unless we hit, like, Winged Words. That's a shot. Rock is pretty good. Really gotta hope they don't get through that Drake. That would be bad. Kind of weirdly underdrawn blue mana here as well. Very unusual hitting 4 mountains. Midnight Reach. So I assume that's for when they escaped out the Ghost Rider. Ooh. Flame Swoop. Now, if I hit a land off Crackling Drake, I'll go a little crazy. The problem is I can't attack with that Crackling Drake, although he might actually, they might let it through, and then I could play the other Drake to block Crackling. We are, like, super fragile, relying on them having no removal, but that's just the state we found ourselves in. So, I think they're actually going to let this through, and then we can drop the other Drake, because they think that they're going to hit me with Rankle, force the sacrifice, yeah, okay, so... Oop. So now what we want is we want to find something like another Shock, or a Fire Prophecy, blast Rankle out the skies, and win. We have a little bit of card draw to do that. Another Drake, oh. So, yeah, we need to, we can do it with a Shock, because we have Flame Sweep. Really, though, we want Fire Prophecy, or Raking Claws. Raking Claws would also get us through. Oh, because of Double Strike. No, it wouldn't. No, Voice Rider. So, Voice Rider doesn't really actually do anything. Except attack us. We don't die here, right? Hang on. If we... So Rankle has to hit... Am I being insane? Am I being dumb? So Rankle has to hit us for -1. So that means we can take 7 damage and kill Rankle. If we do this. That's 7 damage. There's no other damage coming in, right? They have no mana. That just scries. They have no effect on sacrifice. I'm probably being dumb here, but I hope not. I mean, if they sack Rankle, nothing happens. We just win. Right? Yeah. Okay. That was weird. But I'll take it. We won after accidentally cycling the key card in our deck. So, yeah, there you go. Well, I guess we're not destined to face mono red today. Lothis is smiling upon me kindly, but... Oh. Yeah, alright. 4-0. There you go. What can you say? Obviously, it's not going to go this well every time. Please temper your expectations if you do choose to craft the deck. I tend to show... Well, I always show what actually happens in my runs. Sometimes we get lucky, we go 4-0. Sometimes we go 0-4, but... Do temper your expectations. I'm not one of those YouTubers who's going to be like, 100% win rate! That's not the case. But it is a good deck. I really like the deck. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun playing with Sprite Dragon. Playing with Ominous Seas, like I say, Thing in the Ice, one of my favorite cards of all time. This is like a really standardy budget version of it. I love it. Having Cycling is awesome. I really liked the one-off Kazmina in there. I think we got to see her do work as well. Yeah, all in all, I would actually say really, really happy with this deck. Really, really pleased I put it together. Thank you guys for watching.
Let us have a storied battle worth
Yeah,
retelling.
hope you have a wonderful day. Wherever you are in the world, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'd massively appreciate it. Take it easy. And I will, of course, see you next time.
Seek and find.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Magic the Gathering Arena video. My name is Merchant, and today we're going to be playing a deck that I've wanted to play since we really got to see the cards coming in Ikoria, and that is going to be a Snapdax Mutator deck. So, Snapdax is a Mardu, which is one of my two favorite color combinations. Card that really rewards you for playing into the Mutate mechanic. Now, Ikoria so far has seen a really, really interesting set. We've seen Companions really just completely warp almost every format of Magic, essentially. But we haven't actually really seen the Mutate mechanic, because of course it is very susceptible to removal. So what we're going to do today is see if we can kind of go and beat up some best of one with a Mardu Mutator. Now, it's very easy to go Snapdax and like all Mutate cards. We do have a huge amount in here. You know, we've got Phoenix, Hemophage, Vulpikeet, Cub Warden. Those will all be mutating onto Snapdax, or, you know, Snapdax will then be mutating onto them. However, I wanted to build the deck, like, a little bit differently. And one of the cards that I really, really wanted to use, because I got to reveal one of the cycle, was Mythos of Snapdax. So, of course, we're playing Snapdax, pretty fitting. Kind of tied in with the Mythos. But what this does is we spend 4 mana as a sorcery. We hopefully will be guaranteed to be spending Mardu colors on it, which means that we get to pick an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from amongst everybody's permanents, including ourselves, and then sacrifice the rest. So we keep our lands, but everything else gets sacrificed. Now, that should be fine for us because we're stacking up one creature as a mutate stack. Hopefully we'll be able to catch our opponent out and get a lot of value off of casting Mythos of Snapdax. That's the plan. Basically, my giant flying murder kitty will be more effective than the opponent's remaining creature that I pick. Hopefully. So, we also have one Ruinous Ultimatum in there because I'm playing Mardu and this card exists, so I'm going to run it. We're running one Ruinous Ultimatum, as well as a couple of Elspeth Conquers Deaths. Obviously, Elspeth can be amazing at getting us to Snapdax, etc. back out on the board if we do get removed. We are going to be susceptible to board reality, but we do have Evercool Phoenix, so that's kind of sweet. Gives us a little bit of recursion there, and hopefully that'll help out with keeping the stack going. But I really want to play against, especially like mono red or some very creature-heavy decks, because I think that we might have a really nice matchup against them. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing. Sorry for no webcam today. I actually have a bit of a bad eye, so I look a bit weird, but just because you really needed to know that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing. Really helps the channel out. And yeah, let's play some Magic. You know, there's always that part of a video when I'm recording, when I'm queuing up for the standard event. And if it's a deck that I've made myself from scratch, I always have that moment of just thinking, did I put the right amount of lands in the deck? I'm pretty sure I did. Well, 1590, yeah, we're good. Okay. Just thought I'd check quickly, because that could have gone horribly wrong. Oh, I didn't mention as well, by the way, Healer's Hawk. I know there's the Snake that does -2/-2 if you mutate it, but I'm running Healer's Hawk because it's a 1-mana flying lifelink, and that is a huge amount of just value to mutate onto, because it's double keywords, which of course if you put something like a Snapdax on, it's then flying lifelink, which is really good. Alright, I quite like having a Hemophage to start stacking up on. We have a Heartless Act as well. Justice reigns from above. That's Farah's ult from Overwatch, right? That's what she yells, I think. Alright, let's keep this. We'll actually start out with Fabled Passage, I think. Although we're fairly likely to hit another land on the way. So we could be kind of greedy in some blood for a bit pay. Especially if we're against something stompy. Although it could be anything, it could be Teemo, etc. Oh, it is Teemo. Interesting. Alright, well, it's mountain time. Oh, by the way, tonight, when this goes up, I think I've timed it right. Tonight, when this goes up, Theros Episode 2 will be out shortly afterwards, so go and check out the Theros D&D. It's me, Spice8Rack, Amy, Amazonia, Theric6, Levidius, Craig. It's awesome. Hopefully you guys will really enjoy it. Trio. Boom. So we do have a Heartless Axe. They have a lot of mana. No Karuga. See, this is the kind of game where I want them to go wild on the board and then cast Mythos and Snapdax and just get rid of all their stuff. That'd be lovely. I'm super excited to play Cub Warden as well, because who doesn't love spawning some Healy cats? Those are cats that wear Heelys, by the way, not cats that heal. Alright. An extra whiteout for Cub Wardens mutate and Snapdax. Oh, we gotta try resolving something, haven't we? Don't counter me, bro. Don't flash me, don't do it. God damn it. Don't worry, I've got 2 Cub Wardens in my lunchbox. My cub is thoroughly warded. Oh, don't say you have another one. You have another one, don't you? But I really do want a Cub Warden. Ooh, look. Mythos gets a spooky effect around it because it would activate it. I like it. Okay. I'm just gonna, like, play something I don't mind getting countered. By the way, the fact this guy's a 4/4 is so good. Really good stats for a Phoenix. Oh my. Imagine Rekindling Phoenix. Actually, the Rekindling Phoenix totem specifically grabs a Rekindling Phoenix, doesn't it? So it wouldn't work, never mind. Still a pretty sweet card, though. Alright. Now, the good thing about playing a super creature-heavy deck like this, we have a lot of creatures to get counted. Creeping up there in lands. I'm gonna try to get... I do want the Phoenix down. How many counters do you have? Let's go. Alright, that's not a counter. Caw! Teemo Flash. What's the red for? That's 6. Didn't miss it. They've got 3 blue, 3 red. Oh, okay, just a bounce. A bounce and then a boring Mystic or something, I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna get, like, killed by this slowly, so... feels kind of bad. Alright, can we resolve a Healer's Hawk for a block?